and welcome to Toy Break, episode 346. I'm Aileen.
I'm George.
I'm Dan.
Hey, Dan.
Hey.
Welcome to the couch.
How you doing?
Dan.
Hello.
Well, in case you're wondering, you're watching Toy Break, which is your weekly internet show featuring news and reviews about the wonderful world of toys, including but never limited to action figures, designer vinyl, plush, events, new people, artists, collectors,
I'm not retarded,
makers.
I swear. I know I sounded like a hello.
You're not allowed to say that word anymore.
All right,
That's all right.
Before we get to why Dan is our special guest this week, let's start off by thanking our site sponsors like Modern Brick Warfare,
3D Retro,
Tomanazuke,
Suburban Vinyl,
DKE Toys,
and 3 Coconut Monkey.
and George.
Yes.
Do we have a contest going on?
We do. It's the Rise of the Beasts contest. You can win one of 2 sets, so we're going to have 2 winners. For the Rise of the Beasts articulated 60mm figures from Little Rubber Guys. Those are, all you have to do is go to the contest section on toybreak.com and post a picture of an animal beast. Fighter.
Like that you drew or that you photoshopped or anything
Draw
like
it or Photoshop
Make
it
it.
or take a picture of your bunny rabbit and put him in camouflage. I don't care.
that. Camo Bunny.
Is
Yeah,
it
that's okay.
anthropomorphized? Is
Yeah.
that the deal?
Yeah.
Like Ninja
Anthropomorphized
Turtles.
animal. Exactly.
Like Ninja Turtle.
Like Ninja Turtles.
All right, when's the deadline for that?
March 4th.
Excellent. Let's talk to Dan now.
All right, let's do it.
Why is Dan here?
What's up,
Hi,
Dan?
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
How you guys doing? I'm here because of the same reason we're all wearing these shirts.
Christmas?
It's
Christmas.
This show, yeah, this show won't be out for a long time.
We're doing it a little ahead of time. It's fine.
Exactly.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I'm here because I love Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I've been bugging George for a long time about Ninja Turtles, and I was like, George, let's. I want to come on Toy Break because I love podcasts and I love toys and Ninja Turtles, and you know, then 3 or 4 years later, here we.
3 or 4
Oh,
years
come on
later.
now.
Yeah.
But
Has it
what
been out?
would you like to say what else you do? People might be interested in your day job.
You're an artist also.
Oh yeah, I'm not a
Oh,
Ninja
yeah.
Turtle. I'm not a Ninja Turtle. I do special effects. That's how I know George. I do special effects to make. I used to do makeup, but now it's more costumes. 'Cause that's pretty much all there is. So lots of superhero movies and stuff like that. Not Ninja Turtles, 'cause those are all CG now.
Exactly.
But I mean, it was the best movie. I think we can all agree on that. Yeah. So
The first one or
the new one?
yeah.
Oh.
Right. No, am I the only
I
one?
wouldn't say
Am I the only
the
one?
best.
I'm kidding.
movie.
I'm kidding. Oh, sarcasm.
I was like, oh crap.
what about
The
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 message board just went wild.
what about the
4-minute
old
episode.
movie, the old original movie?
Oh, I listened to the soundtrack on the way here to get in the mood. So like I had the original like 1990 soundtrack, and every Turtle like movie that's come out, like that one and like the 2007 one and this newest one, there's always like a Turtle Power like theme song
Yeah.
with like different rappers. But like let's be honest, like the Partners in Crime version from the 1990 TURTLE Power is like
Yeah.
by far the best like Turtles theme song from any movie.
I forgot about TURTLE Power.
I'll let it slide. I mean, but you know, it's like
We can re-listen after the show.
yeah.
We will. I think we will.
I think we have to.
So if you're on YouTube, just hit pause and go pull up TURTLE Power and watch that.
MC Hammer also had a song on there.
Oh,
And there was
that's right.
there was the Funkadelics or Spunkadelics called like 9.95, right? There was that song. John Duprez did the orchestral stuff, and he did like the Shredder Suite. It's pretty intense.
So now I know you haven't watched the new show yet because we're gonna let you borrow it tonight. But there's cool stuff in the new cartoon where they actually reference
All of
a lot.
it.
They reference that first movie, like you know how April lived above the junk shop.
Oh right,
And
second
they have
time.
that battle up
Spoiler
there.
alert.
They're on season 3. If it's not a spoiler alert by now.
I'm not a
But
Yeah,
there's
he doesn't know.
there's a scene where when they go to April, she's above the junk shop. They don't really talk about it, but they walk down past it and you see it. So it's like a reference for people that know what's going on. It's pretty cool.
That's I'm down. I'm
I
going
think
to
you're
watch
gonna like it.
I will watch it.
I think you're
will
gonna
watch
like it.
I'm
I know
gonna
you're a
love it.
purist. You like the old stuff. You like the comic
No,
books.
I mean, the new stuff, the new comics is like by far like the best like version of the Turtles there's ever been. In my
See, we
opinion.
haven't caught up on that, so we
Right.
need to get
So I need to get in on that.
catch up.
Well, you
on
guys haven't caught up on the 2003 Turtles version
That's
either,
true.
right? So
I'm
that
gonna
was a
go.
whole-
I'm gonna start with the new comic books.
Yeah.
and I'll start reading.
That's a good
So I'm
place.
sure they're in trade by now, right?
Oh yeah, there's like 10 volumes.
Okay.
They're on like issue 44 or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'll get in on that.
All right, should we jump into some news before we get into the turtle
Wait, I have
lair?
a question for Dan about his day job.
Oh.
What's your favorite movie that you've worked on that you like to tell people that you worked on? You worked
Oh,
on
I
a
think
lot
I
of-
know what it is. I think
You
I
worked
know
on a
what
lot
it
of
is.
big movies that people would know,
My
that
favorite movie
watch.
that I like to tell people I worked on is movies that I didn't actually work on. I just like to tell them like I
Which
worked on
one
that
that
movie.
you actually worked on that you're most proud of?
I have a guess.
Because there's a ton of stuff.
Honestly, you know what? People ask that question, but it's always like the low budget, like independent, like nothing movies that you have the most fun on, and you get the most creative freedom, and like you get to like do cool stuff.
You could say one of those. That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't even know like which one. I mean, like it's like the little side projects. Like I guess I mean like the main thing I've done like the last few years, like all I do is like Marvel movies, right? Just like superhero movies. Like there's some like a Hunger Games here and a Star Trek there, but like it's mostly like, you know, just like endless superhero movies. And so
that's the LA version of Old McDonald's Farm.
It's all that's that's all that's all that's
here, the Star Trek there.
I did both Star Treks, right, and the Hunger Games, and like right now is well you were there for some of it, like
Are you allowed to say that?
Yeah, fuck it. I mean, yeah. No, well, with Captain America 3, we didn't do like that's like every superhero in the whole world's in that movie.
Right.
Yeah.
That's out in the media. That's nothing. And then like Deadpool,
Right.
and Ryan Reynolds is already posting pictures of the costume and
I
stuff.
saw
So
Yeah, is that
you
cool?
know, it's
Can you do
not.
that? I guess if you're right.
Well, he can. He's the executive producer of the movie, so.
Oh, well, that makes
And
sense.
they just released pictures of Aquaman.
They did.
They
Oh yeah,
did.
so that was another
And you
one.
worked on that?
Batman vs Superman. Yep. We did Aquaman and Superman, and another place did Batman and Wonder Woman. So.
All right. I
Lots
just want
of
people to
superhero.
know that they're, you know,
There's a few shops still around.
you're a pretty talented dude out there making
Oh, thanks,
stuff.
man.
So,
Yeah, I mean.
you're not just a turtle lover. You're not just here because you're a turtle lover.
That's enough.
That is enough. That is
That's
enough to be
You
here.
just can't make a living by loving turtles.
If only.
So
If
before we
only.
get into the turtle stuff, should we go into the news?
We got a couple quick news items.
All right.
So first up in the news, we have Sad Bear print from Luke Chu and prints on wood. This is an 8-inch by 8-inch print, limited to 100 pieces. It goes for $100. It's available now. Printsonwood.com.
I believe they're all hand signed by Luke too.
They should be.
Probably.
don't
I think they
think
always
they
do.
have.
They usually do that with the
I think all
with the
prints
Soto
on wood
ones.
do that. But I love this. I love the prints on wood. I think they have a really good quality of print on everything that we've gotten from them. So,
Sounds like the name of an adult film.
Sad Bear?
No,
Prince
Prince,
on
on
Wood.
Wood.
Fair enough.
Different-
like a
prints.
mystery, like a suspenseful thriller, right? Like a police drama. Fingerprints. You gotta dust.
Prints on wood.
Yeah.
So you need the French maid to come in and dust?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. There's also going to be a Soundwave exclusive figure at Emerald City Comic Con. It's a new vinyl figure with an Emerald City Comic Con exclusive super mixtape, and that actually fits inside the Soundwave's chest of this like designer vinyl, you know, very stylized version. But it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a licensed
Do you know?
con exclusive.
Is that whole figure exclusive or just the mixtape?
Good question. I think the whole figure,
Okay.
but maybe it's a debut because that would be crazy to use that mold only once.
I mean, we're going to this, so hopefully I can get one of those because Soundwave's always been one of my favorites. So.
I hope we can too. It is limited to 1,400 pieces, and we can get it at the show at the Emerald City Comic Con merch booths.
That's cool. And $40, that's not bad.
No, not bad at all. And this one, I don't think you'd have a chance.
I haven't read this. No.
Okay, so there's an article up on Polygon.com, and the title of the article is "No One Is Getting Rich from Exploding Kittens' $8.7 million Kickstarter," and it was a pretty interesting read. And there have been other articles out like this before, but it's just sort of reinforcing the idea that just because you have this like crazy number on Kickstarter, it doesn't necessarily mean that you get to keep much, if any, of that money, because it's going back into making those products and
Right.
shipping and logistics and customs and every other
Kickstarter,
thing.
right? They
Yeah.
take a piece.
Kickstarter
yeah.
takes
They get
5%. Yeah.
Kickstarter gets 5 and credit cards get 5, so it's 10%
I
gone
think
off
Stripe
the
takes
top.
a slightly different. Maybe Stripe takes 5 now.
It still said 3 to 5 on the thing.
Okay.
But in a smaller version of this, Phil Reed just put
Yes.
out his numbers on his latest update. He put out 2 books. They're
Also
cool,
Transformer.
like 80s collection books about like old toys and stuff like that. We have them over there. Have to review them still. But he put out the numbers of his Kickstarter. In total for the 2 Kickstarters for the 2 books, he raised about $6,500. And then he said the printing cost to make the 2 books was about $6,000, and then for shipping the books up to that point where it was already about $1,200. So in total, he raised $6,500 and spent, what is that, 72?
So at least 700
So
on top of what he raised on Kickstarter.
it looks like you're like, wow, he raised $6,000, but he's already $700 in the hole. So really, he raised money, but you still spend more than you make. So
And
it
none
doesn't-
of that counts time. You
and
never
you-
get paid back for your
you
time.
translate that into $8.7 million for this card game, and you have to realize that they have to make
You should read the article. There's a breakdown about
500,000 sets that they have to make and sell and ship. So it sounds like, it looks like a lot of money when you look at it on your screen. You're like, these guys must be rolling in dough, but they're gonna be like $100,000 in the hole before it's done. Like, you know they are.
Why do you think they do it? Like,
because you love it. Like, Phil loves these toys. He loves this. Like, he wanted to make this book, and eventually he has more stock now. So eventually, over the year, as he goes to conventions and sells the book, he'll get
probably.
he'll make $20 here, $20 there as he sells the book, and he'll get his money back eventually, and hopefully break even and then go over. But it's not going to be like this thing where at the end of the Kickstarter you have thousands of dollars and you're throwing it in the air. Like, it just doesn't happen. You always end up spending more than you make on Kickstarter. We've done 6 of them, and every time we spend thousands of dollars of our own money to finish the job, to get it
because
to
we're
people.
stupid and we love the things we make.
And then eventually we make our money back as we sell them over the year.
And then you probably, after all of that, and you're kind of like disheartened, you spend all this money, and then there's just probably people complaining anyway, right?
Oh, every time.
Never
Yeah.
happening. Yeah.
But there's so many people that love the stuff too.
Right.
And we love doing it, and I'm sure Phil does with the book. I'm sure he's going to do it. He already said he's going to do another one.
Yeah.
So it's like, you do it because you love it. You're not doing it because you think like, I have 8.7 million. I'm rich now, and I'm going to walk away. Like, if they walked away, sure, they'd be rich. But they're going to deliver the game and make all the stuff and pay the shipping, and the post office is making money, and Kickstarter's making money, and the only one making money on that is Kickstarter.
That's true.
Because they're getting 5% for free.
That's right, yeah. They're getting mailbox money.
Yeah. All they have to do is host the site with a lot of traffic. So I'm sure they pay that, too.
That was a good read. The Phil's update was a good read from his Kickstarter,
Yeah.
and I think both of those and those kind of things should be required reading for people thinking about getting into Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, and and before you start bitching about someone's Kickstarter, like, go read these things, because Kickstarter projects, it looks like an easy thing, like you just put this thing up and you're done, you walk away, but it's so much work. Like, there's so many emails, there's so many people to talk to, there's so
Organizing
much
on the back
logistics,
end.
there's so much organization involved, and shipping. Not only that, but shipping and all that stuff. It's a lot of work to run these things. So I don't know.
There you go.
For what it's worth, it's a lot of work. Kickstarters. I admire the people that do it.
Including,
True.
well, so you admire yourself.
I do. I love me.
Awesome. Can we play with some toys now?
Let's do it. Blind box.
Do you guys know what time it is? Blind box time! Hey, what do we have for blind box?
We're going to start off with turtles.
These are the review part. You know what? I brought something for the review, and then I forgot you guys both wear glasses. I brought like Ninja Turtle like masks.
Oh no! I'll wear it over my glasses.
You can wear them if you want. This came with the DVD. The DVD of the new one, the new shitty movie.
Those are
but
awesome.
yeah, look at this.
My DVD didn't come with that.
They came with reversible. Oh no, they're not. Yeah, they're reversible, right? What, purple or blue and.
That's awesome.
Oh, there's really only 2. They pretend they give you all 4, but
Yeah.
there's really only 2.
Yeah, you don't have to wear those. I just brought them.
Who would you wear?
Which one would you put on?
Who's your favorite turtle?
Casey Jones. Oh, I should have brought my Casey Jones
Oh, you
mask.
should have brought your mask. But then you would have had to leave it here because I would have taken it.
I can make you one.
But
And you've been saying that for 2 years.
Well, you've been saying I was going to be on Toy Break for 2 years.
That's true.
it's happening.
It's happening. Oh, yeah, that's true. It's happening now.
No, but wait. If you had to pick just from the 4 turtles, I agree. Casey Jones is amazing.
When I was a kid, I was all about Donatello, but you know what? Like, I think like somewhere around my teenage years, it switched to Leonardo for sure.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I think because I was like super nerd as a kid, and now I'm still like a super nerd as an adult, but maybe I just identify with Leonardo more.
Feel the pressure and responsibility of leadership.
Now you're a leader.
I behave
at
the
work.
most like Raphael for sure. Like, I'm just like a rude asshole, and like people don't like me right now.
That is not true.
All right. Well, should we get to these particular versions of the turtles?
Yeah, let's do it. So this is from licensed from Nickelodeon. These are official licensed turtles. These are action vinyls from the Loyal Subjects.
Wave 1.
Wave 1. So they have Splinter, Shredder, Casey, Karai, and the 4 turtles.
I'm guessing Dan wants Casey.
What are these? And there's chaser figures. What
Yeah,
is
they're
that?
probably just different colors of somebody.
Well, there's.
Well, that one's definitely Karai.
Or it could be maybe they repainted it to be April or something.
Oh, maybe.
Because that's not her hair. Look,
There
that's
is-
the different hair.
There's. I think I
Is it?
saw online. There's an
Hair
April and there's like a foot
Oh, maybe.
soldier. So those would be 2 of the chaser figures, and
Yeah.
there's another.
Because that looks like April's hair on that one.
Yeah, I think there's an April. No, there definitely is. I saw these online. These are the ones I was asking you about. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Well, let's...
I want Mikey or Casey.
I want Donatello.
You don't know what's in them?
No, the
No.
blind box.
You gotta pick what you want.
Well, so you just have to keep buying them and then hope that you get like
Or
all the
trade
ones
with
that you
someone.
want.
Wait, you didn't pick which one
Which
you hope
one?
you get.
Which one would you hope to get?
Shredder or Casey?
Okay. Now you can open it.
Okay. Shredder or Casey for sure.
It's gonna be
There's a box and a bag.
Oh.
They don't
not
want-
super.
Mine's. It looks like.
Yeah. Mikey.
Oh, I was like, oh, I did get Shredder but no, it's
Oh
just
no,
the
it
bag.
doesn't.
This is crazy. This is like these little silver bags remind me of Pop-Tarts when I was a kid. Silver bags.
What do you mean when you were a kid? You don't eat Pop-Tarts anymore?
No.
You want to trade?
Oh, look at that! Look at that. We got a Donatello.
I will
This
trade.
is how you get the ones you want. You trade.
They have little weapons and everything.
Yeah, and I got a pizza. Did you get a pizza?
Wow, you got the one you would want. We all kind of got the ones we. Oh, now that we traded, we've all got the ones we would have wanted. That's pretty awesome.
And we all learned a little something about ourselves.
Knife.
Box cutter? These are super articulated compared to other blind box figures.
Has anyone ever called him Donson?
Danson.
Donson.
Casey's mask is silver. Like it's like chrome or metal or something.
That's weird.
It's the
Oh, those-
T1000 version. T800 version.
These are very articulated.
Should it be more tactical? Should they make it black?
No.
Should be
I
white.
think, I think that like so obviously these are probably made overseas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just sometimes these things are just like a little bit off. It's like something's lost in translation. That's where like the silver mask comes from. You know what I mean?
Like, oh, I thought that was silver.
Oh, they have his real name and everything on here. Look at that.
Like it is.
Arnold.
Oh, why'd
You
you
guys
say?
didn't know that his real name is Arnold.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Yeah, it's Arnold Jones. He's named after. Well, I don't remember. It's it depends on which incarnation you're talking about.
I'm not really sure. I guess he comes with a wrench because he does mechanical things. I guess.
That was one of those.
Yeah, Donatello does machines. I'm happy that I got Mikey, but I don't really understand the face. Ooh. Is he in a wind tunnel?
He's really.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's stressed.
Is
I mean,
he happy?
He's kind of good because his mouth is shut, so it's
He's
all
got
right.
a better face.
Yeah, the sculpt on the heads are kind of weird. I actually kind of like these more than I thought I was going to, though.
I actually like how articulated they are.
He doesn't hold his weapons very well. Like
That's how you hold a bat.
if he holds the athletic tape area, but then they just kind of fall out. He doesn't
And
have,
look at his little hockey stick.
he doesn't have good grip strength.
Like a little baby stick.
Yeah, that is cool. I like that he's got his bag. I'm guessing that the strap is typically you'd wear this across.
You could probably pop his head off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to go down that road because what if you can't and then it never goes back on? Giant head,
No, you
hard to
can.
get that
You can.
strap.
You could pop it off easy. It's a vinyl head.
Count on George to try to break the toys.
Just pull.
This seems like you got to pull it pretty hard.
Oh yeah, yours is.
Oh.
Come on, we got to put the bag on.
The sound is the worst part of that.
I know. That was horrifying.
It's like it sounds like a creaky door in a haunted house.
There we go.
That's better.
You got to have the bag.
That looks better.
That
I'm
does
not,
look
I'm not
pretty good.
afraid to break a toy.
These are really articulated, like for being miniature. And I mean, they hold up, especially with like giant heads like that. I'm surprised that they're able to. They don't just fall over. It's like a baby.
Well, they have nice vinyl. It's hollow vinyl heads and
Look how cool my
hard
pizza
PVC
is.
bodies, so that kind of helps the weight. I don't know. I like it.
I usually complain about the price, but I don't mind $13 if it's an articulated action figure like this.
I think 13 is still a little expensive for me. I probably won't buy any more of these
Oh, no,
because
that's
now that I
fine.
got Donatello, I don't care. I mean, I would like to have all of them, but for 13 bucks a piece, I'll just take the one I really want.
They do have a they have a thing too where you can buy like they're 13 bucks a piece, or you could buy a box of like 16 or something like that. And if you buy a box, it's like you're guaranteed to like get one of
The whole
Yeah, the
set.
whole
the
set.
set or something
Okay.
like that.
I like that he comes with the little pizza.
Yeah, the pizza's cool.
I want to know what the
It's fine.
chase figure is. That's 1 in every 96. That's like
That's gotta, like,
That's
I bet the
rare.
1 in 24 is the foot soldier, but what is the
Yeah.
1 in 96?
Maybe it's like a different color foot soldier.
no. I think they're all.
they have the
I think
same
they're
heads.
they're individual like figures. I think it's. Oh, it's
Maybe it's a
Krang.
Krang bot.
It is Krang. It is Krang. Now I remember. Yeah. So it's foot soldier, April, and then Krang android body.
That's weird
That's
that
what
that's
it
the
is.
most rare. Because that's the thing there's the most of.
That is
in the
funny.
cartoon world.
Oh, but this isn't from that.
Yeah, this has got
It has to
Karai and
be.
everything.
If it's
No,
got
it's
Karai,
not. It's not. I'll tell you why it's not. Because of the design of Shredder.
Yeah,
this
that
is
Shredder
like
is the old
This is
Shredder.
the old comic book Shredder. This Casey Jones. This is how he dressed in the original comic books. He always had like the sleeveless, like maroon kind of pinkish shirt. These are like the comic book versions. Yeah, like the original comic.
Did they have
versions.
Karai back in that like that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, alrighty then.
Karai came in and like the City at War storyline for issues 50 to 62 of Volume 1.
You really do know.
I mean, I don't
In case
know.
you guys wanted to look that up.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
All right, well, let's talk some more Turtles in reviews. Do we have any new Turtles, George, besides these?
So first up, well, before we get into that, I think I'm going to do this one. Or
Whatever
no.
you want to do.
All right, I'm going to do this first because this is kind of interesting. So Bebop and Rocksteady recently came out. The first editions
Whoa.
were, come on, the first editions were at Walmart, right? You said that they were Walmart exclusive,
They were. They came out just in time for Christmas, like November.
and that was the Bebop that we got during that time. And now Bebop and Rocksteady are at Target, and Bebop has changed tone to
Tone
be
on
more
Reese?
like the original skin tone that he used to be,
Ebony and Ivory.
which is odd because this is the one he is in the cartoon.
This is the more politically correct one.
This is the more
Kids
politically
see it and they're like,
correct.
I want a white Bebop. I don't want to play with this black Bebop, Mom.
Is that what kids are saying?
Well, Bebop sounds like the name of like a black dude, right?
Well, he is in the cartoon.
It is in the cartoon.
How
But
do
for
you guys
some
feel
reason
about
they
this?
changed
This
him
is-
into
I,
white.
I feel like it's strange. Why are they? I mean,
I honestly, I wonder if it was just a production mistake and they're like, oh.
Well, the whole time on the box, on the back of the box, the figure they showed was the light
Super
skinned
light.
one.
that one looks fatter too.
Like PHAT fat?
No, he's got a
A little bit,
hot-
but
like-
in the cartoon he's even skinnier than this.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I saw the
He's
transformation.
super
thing.
like.
Why does he have a wheel on his back?
In the
'Cause
cartoon, he
okay.
runs up like he slides down walls and stuff, like or slides on the ground, like. He's got the wheels
It makes
on, the,
more
on the back
sense
of his feet
in the story.
and on the back of things, so he can slide down walls.
So he's a Tron. I mean, that's what
He looks a little
he looks
Tronish.
Tronish in the thing.
It's true.
All right, but we're gonna get into here today, and you haven't seen this yet because this is not till season 3, but this is Mystic Turtles. This is when they're getting their mojo back.
Are you cutting these?
No,
Wait,
I'm
George
not
is
cutting.
weird about.
These are the
opening
ones we were
packages.
excited about having showing the new turtles on the back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the Napoleon and Monkey Brains. Attila's not on this one, but Dark Beaver. By the way, there are two
Dude.
Dark Beavers. There's
Dude,
a
there's
purple
4.
Dark
Dude,
Beaver.
there's 4.
Oh my god.
No, but they're only
there's
releasing
only
the
two
purple and the
toys.
red, and then based on the sales of those two, they're going to decide if they release the other two.
I don't understand why they didn't start with Dave Beaver.
I
That's
don't know anything
the
about
awesome-
these Dark Beavers.
They're amazing.
Dude, the Dark Beaver story,
Can
the
we-
episode is so
Spoiler
good.
alert.
Yeah, you could spoiler alert.
I mean, that's the equivalent of these Bebops here, right?
Okay, so
This is the Dark Beaver. he's a warthog.
So one of the cool things about the new cartoon is how much pop culture stuff they reference. There's a lot of episodes that are like directly, the storylines are kind of lifted directly out of movies. Like there's one that's very much Big Trouble in Little China and stuff like that. And you're like, when you're watching, you're like, oh my gosh.
Makes it fun for the
I
parents.
love that.
Yeah.
Or
That's amazing.
the adults
Yeah.
who like to watch cartoons.
Hey, yeah, wait a minute. So in this particular episode, this is the sort of horror movie homage, and it's very Nightmare on Elm Street. So the Dark Beavers are in your dreams.
Are these turtles,
Yeah.
these Mystic Turtles from the Dark Beaver episode?
Yes.
No.
No.
These are from the next, like, couple episodes after.
Yes.
The Dark Beaver episode, they're
These
all
ones that-
sleeping.
These ones they have to go find themselves in the forest and fight their like spirit demons, which are really just characters from the show. Spoiler.
No, I just think it's weird. I mean, they're kind of going down that route of, like, remaking a million different versions of Turtles.
That's what sells, though, right?
But I guess that's what
That's what
sells.
the children's love.
The Chillins.
But they are making a lot of villains, which is cool. I'm happy about that. And the thing in the Dark Beaver episode, there is 4, and they are basically all just repaints of each other. So they could easily make all 4 of them. And I hope that they do.
That's what that's how I refer to the decade of the 1970s, is the Dark
Dark
Beaver
Beaver.
episode.
All right, so these are fun because I like that they do turtles from specific episodes. However, the paint is severely lacking.
Wow, it's terrible. Yeah.
Nah, but is it though? It's in typical Playmates fashion. Obviously,
It is.
Raph is wearing like some chainmail here and like some straps down here. They just completely ignore.
Yeah, they're like, they put it
Yeah.
in the sculpt.
Just you wait till Muckman comes out. That's gonna be just like one color.
I know. He looks so good in the picture too.
Yeah, they're not gonna paint any of it though.
Are they still all the right scale? Everything's
Yeah.
still. Yeah.
How do you
it's
get?
good.
I feel like the toy. It's very hard to get the stuff in the hands.
Well, also on these, the articulation's a little different.
Oh, yeah.
Where, like, Mikey doesn't have
Just gotta, like,
hand articulation. Does he at all? Like,
no. Elbow
I think
and...
Leo does. Like, it's weird. Like, why does
Oh,
Leo
that's-
get the cut, and no like?
Because he's the leader. There's elbows. There's elbows for Raph here. That's about it.
Yeah, that's weird. Leo's the only one with the actual articulation on him.
I don't know, but I got a big axe.
Whoa, that's no joke. I like how he's got this. He's like,
Yeah,
is he
he's-
an executioner or something?
So they're out in the woods on this, like, spirit journey, and they had to just make their own armor out of whatever they found in the
Okay.
woods. And Donnie came up with, like, an awesome
This
skull
is-
mask.
This
My
is
God.
kind of a weird place to put your.
If you need to get your sword, you just reach out here, but then you can't pull it out of the scabbard because your arm's only this long.
Like, why is this here?
I wish
That's
Michelangelo had
terrible.
come with a snack. Maybe we should compare these ones to some of the old ones.
Well, I guess before we even go on, before we wrap this little guy up, the last thing to note is, for those people that hate this, they left the shells, or they left the bottoms open. Anywhere there's like a thick, they did this on Leatherhead, where they like his whole bottom of his tail is still open,
Oh.
and like the bottom of his feet are open because it's too much plastic for them to spend money on, I guess.
Pinching
So you
pennies.
can balance.
Why do people hate it?
Because it looks terrible on your shelf if you're looking at it. Like,
You looking
I
at the
don't
bottom
know.
of the feet a lot?
Some people do. What if you're putting him in a kick pose or something? You're like,
Nobody's doing
and then he's
that.
got his foot.
Well, you know what's
Then you
weird?
get
to-
the Revoltech turtles.
What's weird to me is that it's really hard to get the stuff in the hands because the hands are like this really, really hard plastic. But then like the shell is like this rubberized plastic, and these are rubberized plastic. Like, why not use the rubberized stuff on the hands so that they flex to get to the
Well, and the weird thing
weapons?
is
That
the
would make
weapons are
sense.
so floppy that they are hard to get in. Like this one is like barely even. I don't know why is this like overflop.
It drives me a little
Overflow.
bit. Oh, so kids don't stab themselves, dude.
Yeah, but come
That's
on.
definitely what it's for.
Yeah, I'm
Because
sure.
you know, kids like there'll be like sharp, pointy stuff. Like they don't want kids to hurt
You
themselves.
can't get hurt on this at all. Like that's too soft.
I mean, I couldn't get hurt even if it was real metal because
That's how tough
I'm
you
just
are.
like that's how tough I am. But I don't like how the joints are loose, right? They just like fall.
Aw. Well, that's a heavy axe.
Yeah, it is. Bringing the pain.
All right, so we were gonna discuss next your Ninja Turtle collection and the fact that you have all of the original.
I
Ninja
do.
Turtles.
Yeah, for the most part, I never had like the variations of the turtles like this generally, but I sold my whole collection when I moved out here. So like I had Silverhawks and Ghostbusters and Thundercats and all that stuff. Sold it all. Came out here, and then in 2003, I was like, I need to get those because I got all nostalgic. I go through these phases with turtles where I'm like, maybe like once a year, like once every other year, I get like super nostalgic and I'll dig everything out and just like look at it for a minute and like go through the box and stuff and like look at like flip through the old pages and then I put it away and I'm just like, that's it, you know. But I found this guy on eBay that was selling his collection and I bought them all back and I just like threw in this like, you know, shot in the dark bid, got them for like I think less than $300 for like all of them.
And you got everything.
Pretty
Everything in
much.
that box?
I'm missing a few. I'm missing like, you know, a couple like I actually don't have the original Leatherhead. You know, but like
Oh,
a lot.
yeah.
Luckily, the ones I'm
You could
missing
fill
are
that
not.
in if you wanted.
They're easy to get.
Yeah.
With the exception of like Scratch, but I do have like Sandstorm and like what's that was like the camel that came out towards the
Well,
end.
you
of it.
just pulled out a second ago off camera the
I don't have Hotspot.
the office workers from
Oh
the
yeah,
channel
the Office
6
workers
News
from
or
the Toon
whatever. it
Turtles,
is.
right? You got Burn and Burnin and Irma, who, you know, to be a Toon Turtle, she's not painted the color she was in the cartoon. Which is something we complain about with the classics toys, right? Like they don't look anything like the classics from the cartoon.
I love that they had to get the fat guy eating a sandwich.
Well, yeah.
Like, well, he's fat. He obviously eats sandwiches.
Right.
So like, and he's got like crap spilling out of his pants. Like this is terrible.
Well, it's just like it was like their detail. That's the way they went. Like his shirts, like his belly's coming
His
out of his shirt,
belly's
his ties and
open.
that. Like he was always like
Is that
impeccably
toilet
like
paper?
he had it
What is it?
together.
It is
It's
toilet
toilet
paper.
paper.
He has toilet paper on his shoe.
He's just like a slob. I think it's because they're trying to make him like. I don't know. What's his action feature gonna be? He's like the editor of a newspaper.
Sandwich eating. And this didn't they kind of base in the new movie?
Will Arnett's character
was kind of based.
No, they didn't base him. It's Vernon Fenwick. Yeah,
It's him.
It's him. It's Vernon Fenwick.
I mean, look at it. It's Will Arnett.
Man, look at that.
This is so 90s the way Irma's dressed, like with her giant glasses. She's got the
But
sweater.
it's like 80s into 90s.
It
like
is.
That.
The sweater tied around her waist.
Yes.
And the backpack, which she never had on in the cartoon ever. She never had a
Look
backpack.
at this, like sculpted into his side, the microphone like sticking out of his pocket. Like
I'm surprised it's painted.
well,
It is a
only
Playmates
the
toy.
first half is painted. The
Oh,
back
of
half's not
course, yeah.
painted.
Yeah.
Oh, Vernon.
Yeah, this is where we got the characters of these. We got the Toon Turtles, which all had like a wacky action feature, and then we also got the neutrinos. This is the first time we got the neutrinos.
I loved the neutrinos.
Wait,
Yeah.
real
Oh.
quick, because we were just talking about things that aren't painted on the new turtles, but are, sculpted in. How about his arm hair?
Well, they're not gonna paint it. He'll look like just a patch of.
But why?
Why didn't they paint his Dark Beaver?
What?
That's
But
like the theme of the
why'd
show.
they even scribe it in?
It's because it looks good. It's fine.
It's funny.
It's fine. I like that. Look at on this though. They even attempted to paint things that they never would now. Like the antenna on this walkie-talkie is a different color than the
Oh, yeah.
walkie-talkie. Like that's 2 paint apps right there.
How
What are
about
they
this?
doing?
Not the old Trinos, the new Trinos. We got Zach, and
Oh, remember these?
that's Kala and Dask. Which these guys appeared in like the original 5-episode miniseries.
Yeah.
And then they didn't get toys till like this was
Forever.
Like the end.
1992.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and the series goes in 87. Not that I know those type of things, but I'm just saying like if I did.
So now you said you had all those other toy lines as well when you were before you moved
Silver.
out
I
here.
had Silverhawks, Thundercats, Ghostbusters, Masters of the Universe.
Did
obviously.
you rebuy any of that other stuff or just Turtles? Like was
No, I just rebought the Turtles. Like when I get nostalgic over the other stuff, I'll just go online and look at pictures of
Yeah.
them and just like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, I remember. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like, every once in a while, I just get like nostalgic for that stuff. Like not enough to like, I guess buy it, but just enough to
The turtles, you were enough to
look
buy
at it and remind me. Yeah, and then like put it away where no one can see it and know that I have it.
Except now everybody who watches.
That's all right. These people don't judge.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? These people are the most judgy people on the planet.
No, that's
Well,
you.
judge.
Toy people?
I don't think that's true. There's room for everybody to collect what they love.
No, it's true. When it
true.
comes to collections, everyone's in. So we do have a thing that you have the old version of, and
Should've
we
done
have a
our
new
hair
version
like
of.
Oh, yeah.
neutrinos today.
And that's the what did they call these? It's from the Classics collection. This is the 1990 movie Turtles. And I actually wasn't going to
share.
open these because I don't really like them.
What? But
That's
you're opening
the spirit.
it.
But because Dan is here and he brought the old ones, we're going to have to look and compare.
Question. You said you weren't going to open them because you didn't like them. What were you going to do with them?
They were just going to sit in a box till one day I decided to
They're gonna be put away in
put them
shame.
away somewhere. Here's the thing. I wouldn't have bought these. It was an accident how I got them. It was at because these were Comic-Con exclusive.
I remember.
And I was going to go get them. They were at Entertainment Earth, and I didn't have a chance to leave the booth. And I was really excited about getting them I saw pictures online, and I thought they were the smaller version. I thought they were the regular Turtles. And then Rolf was kind enough. He was going down Entertainment Earth anyway.
You mean Sofa King Rolf?
Sofa King Rolf was kind enough.
Of CoolSofas.com?
He knew I was going to buy them, so he was down there anyway, and he picked them up for me and brought them to the booth. And I was like, oh, sweet. And he handed them over. I paid him for them. And then I opened and looked at them, and I was like, oh, if I had seen these, I would have totally not bought these. But he had already did it. I already bought them. Like, it was too late.
I'm glad that happened.
I actually don't hate it, other than like old school Playmate. Like these are. Well, I got them all. I mean, they have a Splinter,
Yes.
and they have Toka and Razor, which by the way is just Slash with a different head.
Right?
And then you got Super Shredder, and the Foot Soldier. Unfortunately, no Vanilla Ice, so that's a bummer. I do like the Foot Soldier though; it's actually kind of cool. But yeah, so your 4 turtles here. These are super cool. They were like rubbery, right? So like the first time you have rubbers, and I think it was advertised on the packages, real movie feel.
Real feel turtle.
Yeah, because like they're rubberized. They're really cool, and they even have the spots painted on them, which I remember as a kid seeing those and being like, why do they?
Yeah.
What are those spots? Like, why do they have freckles? And I didn't realize it. And then I saw the movie and I realized like, oh, okay. But they like just adding a detail like that on these would have been really cool. You know, like.
Did you pick these ones up?
I did not. No.
Are you happy you didn't?
I mean, I don't hate him. I think one of them had a really good face. Like one of them had a face. I was like, oh, that looks like the face from the movie. I think it was Raph. Raph. I don't know why I say Raph. Raph looks like the one from the movie.
Oh yeah.
His face looks the most like the movie face. They're cool. I like the scale. They're big.
They are.
They're super articulated. Do you think it's the same body as the Toon ones or like the classics?
It's that same body that they used for the other release. Yeah.
But is the shell's probably different, huh?
I don't know. I think it's the exact same.
This is
Wish
like
we
definitely
had
a
those
movie
look at.
shell.
We have one over there, but he's buried in the back.
This is movie shell. Like
I just don't understand why they need torso articulation.
right, it's a shell.
Like you can't really move it.
You can't do. Oh, actually, it doesn't move at all.
Like
Oh no, I guess it does.
it moves like
a little bit.
4 degrees
A little bit.
for no reason.
you-
Whoa.
That's how accurate you don't even need a protractor. You're just like, no, it's 4 degrees. I can tell.
Magical like that. Math.
Well, I mean, scale-wise, look at that. I mean, this one looks like it's his big brother or something.
Dude, that's like a monster compared
Yeah.
to the old one.
But well, and these are all the same color. I kind of like they still differentiated the color of their skin. I know in the movie they weren't, but
I like the different colors on the skin too.
I'm saying some
Something
spots.
so charming about the old ones.
they look like the like.
Let me see the Donnie from.
They
the
look actually like the movie toys. I mean, like they have, or the movie figures. Like they actually like are good sculpts.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, hello, little guy.
The shells are way more detailed. Look at how much more details in the shell. It's really, like if they're trying to get that retro thing, like that, like kind of throwback, they should have made these like a little bit rubberized. I guess with the articulation and stuff, maybe you can't, but
I wonder though if this is what they were going for even.
maybe not.
I mean,
don't
clearly
know.
it wasn't, or else they would have gotten much closer.
Maybe the whole thing with the classics line is that like the classic part is that we're gonna classically remind you of how bad our toys have always been. The classic thing, like if you're gonna remember of like Playmates toys, like we make all the toys that you love, we just do it like half-assed. Oh, that's classic Playmates.
we're gonna
Oh,
remind you.
Playmates.
They're not a sponsor, are they?
Nope.
Oh, okay. No, I'm kidding. You know what? I don't hate them, but I like the maybe. You know what? It's like maybe it's just like the era. Maybe I am nostalgic because I love these. Like I think that if Ninja Turtles came out and I was an adult, I'd have been like, this is stupid, right? But because it came out, sometimes things have to hit you the right time.
Right,
I know
when you're
lots
the
of
right
age,
like
yeah.
I know like a lot of adults who are like they hate the Goonies because that's like came out when they were an adult. But like if it came out when you were a kid, that's like a perfect kids movie.
Who hates the Goonies?
People who were like adults when it came out.
Well, those people are stupid.
They're
Wow.
dead inside.
Insane, yeah. I think that you have to love it because it hits you at that right time,
That's
right?
true.
It hits you, you know, or you know, maybe.
And that was part of just this amazing time in film and TV. Like, I know
Was it
everybody
though,
says
or
that.
was it
No,
for us
was.
because we were just like
No.
growing up with it?
No, the mid '80s. I think most people will agree. That was a very special, unique time. Indiana Jones, end of Star Wars,
That's true.
like these E.T., like these really unique. There was something about the action adventure genre, then, and even fantasy genre.
Yeah.
That, like it's just not replicated today quite the same. And practical effects. I mean, let's just be honest. We grew up with practical effects. We think they're fantastic. CGI is lovely. Meh.
Yeah, well, practical effects. That's my
Wait,
bread
I'm
and
on
butter.
the couch with wrong people.
Practical effects is like that's what I do for a living, but you know, unfortunately, like, it's not something I'll be able to do till I retire. It just won't
Right.
exist, you know.
Well, you could. You're just not gonna have much to retire on.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. How do you like Donatello looks the goofiest. Like
Yeah.
that. What face is that?
And that's unfortunate because he's my favorite. But
That's not even like that. Doesn't look like anything I saw in the movie.
I don't know. I guess with all the dozens of versions of Turtles that we have, I would probably say this is I'm least interested in these. And
And
why is there a cut on the top of the leg, but it's not an articulation point? What is this terrible craftsmanship?
it is.
Oh, it is.
It's an articulation point.
Leonardo is
Why do you need
that face. What is happening?
What is this cut?
I wish the eyeballs weren't painted because they look terrible.
He's all googly-eyed. But you know what? I was noticing one of these, like, these are kind of googly-eyed. But I love that in these, like, they even captured, not just, like, they captured how big and bright their eyes are. They even put, like, the little white dots for, like, the glare on their eyes. I mean, like, that's how...
Reflection.
You know why these came out with the second movie, not the first movie, right?
Mm-mm.
So, when the first Ninja Turtle movie came out, you'd think most toy companies, and actually most production companies, all of the money is made from like merchandising.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they wouldn't put out. Playmates refused to put out toys for the first movie because they thought it was too violent, and so they didn't want to market toys for kids that were for a movie that was so violent, and that was a big thing with Henson too. So when the second film came out, Henson was like, "I won't be involved unless they don't ever draw their weapons." So that's why in the second film. Go back and watch it.
Dance.
They never draw their weapons. They fight with like sausages and like toys and stuff. They never draw their weapons, and it was like very goofy and kind of campy because Henson was opposed, and Playmates wouldn't make toys, and that was a big like merchandise thing. However, I'm glad it went down that way because that first movie is so dark and gritty and exactly what it needs to be for that movie, you know. But we got our toys with the second movie, you know. So
it is funny how they changed so drastically from 1 to 2.
They did well, and then like you know, then there's the Unspeakable 3, which
the Unspeakable.
It went real south then, you know.
That is true.
I don't know. I like these better now that they're open.
Do you like the articulated toes?
I don't care about articulated toes.
I think these are hilarious.
I want articulated tails. I don't think they have tails. I don't. George, you just seem deflated. You just seem like you just found there's no Santa Claus.
What?
I mean...
Facepalm.
Oh.
That's all it is.
They don't need articulation. Look at them.
They do everything they need to do.
Literally, there's zero articulation with this arm. Zero. With arms or legs.
It sort of moves in a direction that's not really real.
But it's rubber, so you can make it do whatever you need to do.
That's true.
Oh!
It's doing crunches.
They're cool. The new ones. I don't think I would recommend people buy them. They're okay.
Why don't you guys make Ninja Turtle toys? The licensing thing?
I don't think we can afford that license.
Oh, okay. Good call.
And everyone in the world has that license. I don't think we need another version.
We need a good version, just one.
Kid Robot.
We don't need to have
Subjects,
another version. We just
Playmates,
need to have one good version.
Revoltech. That's not even getting into statues and high-end collectibles. Oh, can you imagine if like Hot Toys did a Casey Jones?
This is true. Well, cool. So not Hot Toys. There's a company that's making. They basically just took the maquettes that Stan Winston did for the reference for the CG guys. Mm-hmm. So they're like, you know, whatever, like this big. They're like the size of like maybe a Sideshow, you know, like 18-inch or whatever scale.
Yeah.
And they're coming out. They're like $300-400 each. And they're like right from the molds.
Is it Sideshow? Are they putting out the?
It's not Sideshow. It's like some other like new company that I've never heard of. But they're literally the maquettes. They're cool, you know.
All right. Well, these are all right. I'm fine with this. Do we want to do one more turtle thing while we're doing turtles?
If you want. Oh, these were just showing real quick. We don't. We're not like building.
We're not building these or anything.
No. Okay. I was just pulling out turtle things.
This is going to be a parting gift for Dan.
Yes.
What? We have these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Papercraft play sets.
You know, because you need something to do in the evenings while you're watching your cartoons.
This is awesome.
So it looks like you can build all of the turtles.
Sticker sheet included.
Heck yeah. Nice. Save those. Put them on your binder for school.
This has got the pizza place. It's got the van.
Dude, the van is even in there.
The new van that's coming out, by the way, it looks awesome.
Yes. I'm still not sure about the Leonardo playset that's coming out.
I don't know about all that.
That's weird.
It's like a giant. I don't know. It's like a simplified version of like the one they already put out.
Yeah.
No scissors, no tape, no glue. Ready to assemble.
Oh, you don't need any of that?
You don't need anything. You just build them.
So these are called Boxos. They're from Funko, of course. And they do multiple licenses, but we had the turtle one, so we thought we'd show you. And I think you can get these online for like $9 maybe? $10?
And it comes with everybody in there?
Yeah, it's all in there. You can build it yourself.
I feel like it would be very difficult to get kids to play with paper toys when they have like iPads and video games and like...
Like, I know you're playing Tsum Tsum, kid, but check this paper thing
I don't
out.
think they're for kids.
Like when I was a kid, like this was hours of fun.
Yeah.
You know? But like, I liked arts and crafts, but like now I feel like kids are just...
And you got into effects.
That's true. Now kids, they don't even want to be bothered.
That's the whole thing. All you got to do is bend all the tabs and...
It reminds me of the Happy Meal
door
box
even
in
opens.
the 80s, right?
It
You could
does.
like you get your toy from the Happy Meal,
with
and then
it.
like you fold the box into whatever it was going to
Yeah,
be.
like popped out a little bit.
Made a little playset, yeah.
Are you bummed that there's no real turtle fan convention?
Yeah. Why is? I wonder why that is.
Well, they incorporated a little bit into the last PowerCon, but that is no more.
Oh,
at the
PowerCon's
moment.
like it's like He-Man and like
Yeah.
it's literally 3, right? It's like He-Man, Ninja Turtles, and
It was solely He-Man and
Oh.
She-Ra originally, and then they started incorporating Thundercats and Turtles, and then they were going to skip doing Thundercats and Turtles and move it to New York, but then that didn't work out, so now it's in flux. So we don't know.
so now there may be no convention at all.
There may be no. Well, there was no convention last year, so that's who knows what's happening with that. But I always thought it was kind of strange that I feel like Turtles has a really big following, and it's had so many resurgences.
I mean, and it
That,
never
like-
really went away. It's been consistently around since.
It's kind of surprising. I mean, we have Pony Cons. There's a Gem Con, like Gem and the Holograms.
Maybe we need to do this. Maybe this is our mission in life.
Are you into that?
You've organized conventions, right?
I do conventions.
But maybe it's.
It's time to
I
start
feel like
TurtleCon.
what I just heard you say is that I'm volunteering to make a convention for Ninja Turtles.
No. I don't know if that's.
I
what
thought that was like your segue.
volunteering.
Like, isn't it funny that there's no convention for Ninja Turtles? If only somebody would start one. And then that. No, I thought that's what you were
No,
doing.
you should start it.
I will. All my spare time.
Okay.
All my spare time.
So there you go. That's how easy it is to build a little.
Oh, look at that.
Can
turtle
their
fan.
giant blocky heads fit inside? Oh, I guess it can. In the box here, it shows them inside. His head takes up the entire seat.
You
Well,
can
it's
just put,
fine.
like,
There's
one
no
in there.
seat, so you just kind of stand them in there.
Let me ask you this, guys. You guys are toy, aficionados, like experts. Why do you think there's like this huge thing of like putting out toys with giant heads and very small bodies? I feel like that's everything.
Interesting.
There's like versions of that and everything, right? There's always like the big head, little
A
body
lot of
thing.
things. I think people think it's cute. Are you talking about like pop figures?
Everything. I just feel like there's so many like toy lines of everything where it's like big heads, little
I
bodies.
feel like, which is basically a caricature of a character,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's a really easy way for somebody to. Not that I'm not saying designing toys is easy or whatever, but I
Right.
feel like that's a really sort of safe way to make something cute,
Okay.
right? Big
Yeah.
eyes, big head. That
That's
makes
true.
you cute.
Yeah.
You can apply that to anything. If I gave you a giant head and big eyes, oh, not that you're not cute already, Dan.
Oh, thanks.
But you know what I mean? Like then you get that like,
Right.
oh, he's so chibi cute. Like girls will want to buy him.
I feel like that's it's like a Japan thing, right?
Oh, very quiet.
Big eyes, big head, like the weird proportions.
Yeah.
Big hands and big feet, like extremities, but then everything else really small.
Well, and think about it. So something like Turtles is a perfect example. So many companies, as you know, have the license to
Right.
make something Turtles. Again, as you know, you can't give like everybody has an action figure license. You have to do something different than Playmates is doing already in order to get that license. Well, if your thing is like, well, I'm making a big head version, it's designer.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Here's your license. Have at it. And then you're selling a Ninja Turtle product.
And there it is. Ninja
My
Turtle
opinion.
products.
I could be wrong. Whatever. Maybe people love big heads. That's a thing.
George, how do you feel
These-
about big heads?
Well, he's got a big head, so it's kind of a...
George, what size hat do you wear? Do they make hats? Do you get custom?
No, I have to get big hats.
Do you make fun of him at work for his giant head?
No, you know what? I didn't even think
will
about it until
now.
right now. But you know what? What's funny? George and I met through this guy Pete, who also has a very large head. Very large head. Very large. And he has also he's got a grill going on. Like I feel like George, you know about this, right? He's got the teeth.
Yeah,
Pete's got teeth.
he does have
He's
teeth.
got some teeth. So maybe
They're
that's
kind
why
of characters already.
maybe that's why you guys were drawn to each other because
the size of our enormous heads.
yeah, when you guys were running around in those Rob Zombie robot costumes, like it really wasn't that far off from what was actually inside. Like you guys, they have giant heads and little bodies, and so were
We
the
have
actors.
giant heads.
That's why you guys fit.
Aw.
That's so sweet.
So comment on giant heads, George.
I got none. This is I'm building a toy right now. I don't have time to think about giant heads.
Well, alrighty then.
It's a good thing it's the video, right? The video podcast.
Yeah,
is
people
all-
love seeing this.
If this was all audio, it'd just be like George playing with toys in the corner for an hour, silence.
Pretty
sometimes
much.
that's the show.
That's what happens. Somebody's got to carry the show. Oh, look at little Raph. Grr, I'm angry. I had no idea these didn't need glue or anything.
Well, I think a little tape would help.
But technically, you don't need it.
But technically, the tabs are good.
But it would be better.
Some of the sections are a little weak. But yeah, it's nice. I mean, this is actually a cool little set. I'm pretty
Boxos.
I'm pretty happy with him. Yeah, he fits right in.
There it is.
Turtle wagon. So you got
Make it
hours.
yourself.
You got hours of fun to look forward to at home when you take that.
I
Little
mean,
puppy home with
I
you.
know, like, some people for Christmas put up a nativity. I'll have this. This will be the centerpiece.
It's also got the street scene on one half and the sewer scene on the other, depending on what you want to set up.
Oh, that's cool. You can put it on a turntable and then you can just turn it when you want.
Except this is so like bent in place. I don't know. It's gonna take
Well, you gotta like tape it and like.
2 days of sitting
it.
under. Like, do you have a couple heavy books?
Well,
can
it's
put
like,
under?
when did you ever build, maybe I was going to, when you were a kid, you ever have to build bridges out of popsicle
Oh yeah.
sticks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd
And
be like that.
toothpicks.
I'll just like, you could build the bridge and just like it would do its thing, but if you wanted to keep it forever, you would glue it together as you went.
Yeah. Basically,
So
I had to coat it in glue.
That's right. This will do with this.
Yeah. Should we tell people about a few events before we get out of here?
Yeah, let's do it. Star Wars Days at Legoland. Celebrating Star Wars with Lego events, displays, and activities at Legoland in Carlsbad, California, March 7th and 8th. California.legoland.com.
And not long after that, Emerald City Comic Con, the premier comic book and pop culture convention in the Pacific Northwest at the Washington State Convention Center in Seattle, Washington, March 27th to 29th. EmeraldCityComicCon.com. We will be there if you see us. Or we'll be there on Friday. So if you see us walking around, please come say hi.
True.
Anything else going on that weekend?
Monster Palooza. You going to that?
Yeah, I usually make an appearance. I mean, I had a table there the first couple of years.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I had a table there, and I would just like show my stuff or whatever. I haven't in the last couple of years. I just go hang out and say hello to old friends. The last couple of years has gotten more and more where I used to walk around for like a day or two. Now it's
Like an hour.
put your head down and just like zoom through the eyes really quick, say hello to the people you want to see, and then try to
like
not
Comic-Con.
not see the other people that you don't want to see. But Monster Palooza is awesome. It's a ton of
Yeah.
fun. Like
Yeah.
if you're into monsters, like go to that.
Like, at all.
It's a ton of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's at the Marriott Burbank Hotel and Convention Center in Burbank, California. And that'll be March 27th through the 29th. MonsterPalooza.com.
Very cool. And hopefully we'll be making it to that on Sunday this year.
True.
So that's it.
Do you have a website or anything? Like, do you have social media?
you?
Do you want anyone to follow you?
I
Do you
don't
like-
have I don't have a Twitter.
Do you have an Instagram?
I don't have an Instagram.
Should they just come see you at the CrossFit?
I
gym?
have a I have a Facebook. I have like a website that I haven't updated in 3 or 4 years.
All right.
That my own like special effects stuff. Like I do like a lot of side jobs, and I used to when I was at Monster Palooza, I would promote myself through there. So that's aftermidnightstudios.net.
Ah,
So there's like some of my work there, from up to 2010. But nothing that I ever like worked on like on
Timely.
like the big movies and stuff, because that stuff I could never put up.
Right.
I could only put up stuff that was,
That you did on the side.
that I did on my own on the
Right.
side. Yeah.
Or you can also go to the Burbank CrossFit gym. What's it called?
You can go to CrossFit High Voltage.
CrossFit High Voltage.
The first open
that's
workout
cool.
was released today, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, that's like my new jam. Like I've been doing that the last couple of years. George killed it. He just he came by.
It killed George.
He came
Killed
by along
himself.
with Pete. He had his ice. He came with Pete, the aforementioned Pete. He had his little toe shoes and everything. I mean, it was George on the inside is an athlete. He just needs to,
on the outside, he eats a lot of donuts.
he just got to let it come out. You just got to let it come out. Let your
Release the inner athlete.
let your light shine, George.
It's not
Let
gonna
your light
happen.
shine.
Not gonna happen. I like snacks too much.
Well, but you can eat snacks and then just
Work 'em off.
use that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who do that. They work out just so that they can eat.
Dan
the
wants
fun
to
stuff.
see you at CrossFit.
I want to see everybody at CrossFit.
All right, wrap this show up.
All right, well, don't forget you can check out the show notes at toybreak.com for links to everything we talk about. Dan's not updated website.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. You can also watch past episodes, join the contests and discussions in the forum. You can help out by clicking the Amazon link before you do your Amazon shopping. We really appreciate that. Call and leave us a voicemail at 818 Am I Good? Email us info@toybreak.com. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/toybreak. Check out our Toy Briefs, Toy Girls, and full episodes at youtube.com/toybreak. Don't forget to subscribe. We really appreciate that. You can follow us on Twitter at Toybreak. You can follow me at Aileen Gaspar.
At George Gaspar on Twitter.
No Twitter.
Dan Crawley on Facebook. You know what? That was
CrossFit
a good
High
box end
Voltage.
because I just sounded like the silly kind of like mentally challenged person from the beginning of the show. Hello, I'm Dan. Go to Dan Crawley Facebook. If you have any Ninja Turtle questions, like anybody else out there, like, you know, like, let me know I'm not alone. Like, if you have any questions, like,
or if you love Ninja Turtles, go say hi to
yeah,
Dan.
hit me
Friend
up
Dan.
and like tell me if you have questions about like some weird, obscure, like random thing. Like I probably know about it. So yeah, I mean,
You do have a
all
lot of
things-
dates and knowledge in your
all
head about
things
Ninja
turtles. Yeah, yeah,
We need a whole episode of just you talking about turtles.
I could do it. Now, well, 24-hour
Let's make it
toy break
special.
next year.
Next
Just
year.
24
All
hours
turtles.
of turtles.
And then we'll do a 24-hour with you with just turtles, and then we'll do a regular
Instead of
24-hour.
24-hour toy break, 24-hour turtles. It's still onomatopoeic, right? Is that a word?
We should start a turtle day.
24-hour turtle break.
Wait, we can't have a 24-hour. We can't have a turtle convention, but maybe we could have a turtle podcast.
I feel like you could do it.
We could do a turtle podcast. We could definitely do it. Like between like comic books, movies, video games,
Toys.
cartoons, toys, like
And miscellaneous.
yeah, and miscellaneous.
Yeah, but how are you going to fit that in your schedule of CrossFitting?
I'll find time. I mean, it's turtles.
We'll make it. We'll
Find
we'll
time.
meet him by the Burbank gym for like 20 minutes every
CrossFit
week.
high voltage.
It'll be dictated by you guys. Let us know if you want a turtle podcast.
Email us or leave it in the comments. We would love to know if you actually would like a turtle podcast. Because we don't do enough podcasts.
All right, that's it. End the show.
All right. Well, don't forget to follow us, all that stuff. Check out Dan's not updated site again. But do hit him up for turtle questions on Facebook.
Turtle questions.
And we will see you next week. Same toy time, same toy channel. Bye, everyone.